love writing for brass. The summer before I wrote this, I went to Venice and visited the grave of Giovanni Gabrieli, who's a great antiphonal, canonical composer. And one of the things that really struck me is even amongst the great composers that we've all played, there's a lot of music for special occasions. Music that was written for friends, and less from a lofty standpoint and more from a very human, social standpoint. And I think that's something that brass music and brass ensembles still continue to this day. There's a very rooted and friendly and collegial attitude that you get from brass players.
We have Joe here.
Hi, guys.
Joe and I have known each other for 15 years, and we were having dinner at my house about a year ago. His wife was expecting their first baby, and I had our last child about 9 months before that. And so we were relating stories and talking about how we had first started off playing together in a quintet 15 years ago, and where we had started and where we went to, and talking about things that got us excited, and just sort of built up to this, do you want to write for this group? And he was like, yes. So for me, it's a very emotional attachment to Catch Fire, even though it may be not an emotional piece. Sitting here, recording it with him in the audience is like a full circle. To be able to produce that with him and work on it with him and have evolved as musicians and friends.
The commission for Catch Fire couldn't have come at a less opportune time in my life because I was just about to have my first baby. It was a very complicated pregnancy, and we ended up living in the hospital for about 3 weeks before the baby came. It was a very stressful time. And during that time, I was sort of living on the slide-out couch next to my wife's bed at Northwestern Memorial Hospital. Really beautiful view. Got to look at Lake Michigan every morning, and to sort of keep my mind occupied, I worked on this project. A catch is one of the oldest forms of instrumental music, going back to old hunts, and people would sing canons with each other collectively as a group. And while you're hunting, if you have your horn with you, maybe you play along with that. And so the catch, or the caccia in Italian, is an old canonic form, a very early, very loose, very free canonic form. And so I sort of freely approached the idea from there. And the fire sort of came just from where my life was at the time. Everything was a little bit crazy, and hopefully you can hear that in the bass.
Such an amazing piece with such cool effects of taking your hand out of the bell, and I did get to play it in a rehearsal, and it was really fun to play, but it made me happy I didn't have to record it because it's really difficult.
Okay. Now it is harder slower, but now you know what's happening. Here's 138 in tempo, and these are all in tempo. There's no retard. 1, 1. Joe, is your concept a general decay of civilization there? or is this, or do you want it more specific than it's sounding?
No, I mean, the general idea is that, like, the idea comes in and it just starts melting away.
Melting.
So at this point here, there should be peak melting. I'm a trumpeter, and one of the things I really love about brass music is the limitations, is knowing how to find the strengths of an instrument and push to that limit and try not to exceed it, and try to foster sort of a positive relationship with your performers. as you put them in a position to sound as good as they can without making them hate you and without making them bored in the process.
My favorite piece to record was the Catch Fire because it had so many moving parts and so many interesting techniques. It was really a challenge, but it also let us use our full breadth of skills as horn players.
I still get giddy every time someone plays a piece of music I wrote. There's a very childish kind of joy in like writing something down and then hearing it back. It's like finger painting, or when you're a kid and you imagine a play and have your friends do it. It's the same type of thing. It's the same type of joy. And yeah, I really like when I can write for people I know, because it's just like playing with your friends.